Breaking news tonight, a break in the case of the highway shooter who's terrorized Metro drivers. Tonight, police say they have a suspect in custody.
We wanted to make sure the residents and those that travel through Kansas City know that they're safe.
Well, we're learning about the suspect who may be the man behind the gun.
KMBC 9 News starts now with breaking news.
Tonight, a man is in jail suspected of numerous highway shootings in the metro. Kansas City, Missouri police have made an arrest in the string of shootings that wounded 3 people. Our cameras were rolling when the suspect was brought into police headquarters. Now, we just learned through police sources that 2 critical tips led to the arrest of this man. Police officers have been keeping an eye on him for the past 2 weeks, and we'll have more details on what those tips were a little later in the newscast. Now, officers made the arrest in Grandview in a neighborhood near 136th and Spring. We just learned that a gun was recovered at the suspect's home tonight and is the same caliber as the one used in many of the highway shootings. It still must be tested. But tonight, Police Chief Daryl Forte says you are safe. Police said last week that they had connected 12 shootings since early March that have targeted vehicles on Kansas City area roads. Investigators have looked into at least 20 reported highway shootings before tonight's arrest in Grandview. We have team coverage tonight. KMBC 9's Keisha Henry has reaction from neighbors, but first, Matt Evans is live with what we have just learned from police. Matt.
The police remain on the scene tonight. You can tell they're excited about this arrest, but even more excited because they now believe the metro highways are now safer.
We wanted to make sure the residents and those that travel through Kansas City know that they're safe. They've been safe the whole time. If you paid attention on the highways, it's been marked, unmarked, and all kind of cars up on the highway.
The investigation into the random highway shootings eventually led police here, a fourplex in Grandview. Police, FBI, and ATF investigators remaining on the scene for several hours, hauling off evidence and a suspect.
We're still looking at evidence, and we'll continue to talk about it, but I can't say this is the only suspect or what. I mean, we're always looking.
They also hauled off a green Dodge Neon with Illinois license plates, a car that neighbors say has always been suspicious.
The car comes and goes a lot through the night, the day. I work nights, I come home, I get ready to leave. It's coming and going constantly.
Police say they wouldn't have made this arrest without help.
I can't say enough about the people in this community. Without the people in this community, we wouldn't be where we are.
People gathered throughout the day to watch investigators, and they're now glad that the highways and their neighborhoods are a little safer.
We got kids come through here all the time. People always, walk up and down that street. We get off the highway, we drive right by his house every day.
Neighbors not the only one driving near that house. It sits just less than a mile away from Highway 71. Now, police say they hope to release more information once prosecutors file charges. They expect that sometime tomorrow morning. Reporting live in Grandview, Matt Evans, KMBC 9 News.
As you can imagine, families are in shock after a highway shooting suspect was arrested right next door. KMBC 9's Keisha Henry is live after talking to them tonight. Keisha?
That's right, Lynn. People in this neighborhood are surrounded by crime tapes still, and they're hoping that this nightmare will soon be over. For weeks, people have been trying to help police track down this highway shooter. And now people in this neighborhood are telling us, they never expected that person could be living in their own backyard. They watched tonight scared as the arrest happened. They say they've witnessed the suspect do some suspicious things right here in the neighborhood. They say they don't really know him that well, but it's frightening to think that he lived so close.
All I know, like I say, all I know is he comes in and out, all throughout the night.
You never know how close something like this could be. I mean, we are worried that it's happening on the highway, which it is, but right up the street, there's danger.
My nephews, they catch the bus right around here, and he, like I said, he could have took a shot at the kid.
Frightened because my kids walk that way. My kids walk like their bus stop is right on that corner.
I mean, normally this block is very quiet.
Now, neighbors say that they're happy police have a suspect in this case, and they're just really hoping that this guy is the right guy, because just like everyone else here in the metro, they want this highway shooter off of the streets. Reporting live in Grandview, Keisha Henry, KMBC 9 News.
New tonight, we have more details about the tips that led to the suspect's arrest. One came in about a crazy guy driving next to the tipster in South Kansas City. She got a partial license plate number. That led investigators to the former address of the suspect. It was there that someone told officers about a home that was shot up. The bullets from that matched the ones used in the highway shootings, according to police sources. The chief said tonight he expects to hold a news conference tomorrow. You can count on KMBC 9 News to be there.
Tonight at 6,
It's a new day in Kansas City.
putting a face and a name to the man accused of terrorizing Kansas City drivers. Charges just filed against the suspect linked to nearly 24 highway shootings.
Our citizens now should have a heightened sense of security and safety.
We are learning more about the highway shooting suspect now locked up tonight.
He is charged with 18 counts in connection with shootings traced back as far as October. 27-year-old Muhammad Whitaker faces life in prison if convicted. The Jackson County prosecutor says citizens who called in tips and worked with investigators made all the difference.
Without those types of citizens in our community, I wouldn't be able to stand here today with 18 felony charges.
Authorities also credit tenacious police work from the local, state, as well as federal levels.
Victims of the shootings are singing everyone's praises tonight. KMBC 9's Peggy Bright is live with their relief. Peggy.
Well, Scott, these are the documents that outline the case, and they show how a series of shootings along highways like this one near the Grandview Triangle were all tied back to Muhammad Whitaker.
I feel good, very relieved.
Tom McFarland is breathing much easier tonight. His car was shot at on March 18th while he was driving on I-470. 2 bullets recovered from inside. Tom says he never saw Whitaker until this video of him being arrested. Never saw the green Dodge Neon either that police believe Whitaker was driving. But Tom is glad so many people helped catch him.
It was a community effort on all the tips that I heard of. It's nice to kind of see everyone come together and to help take care of this dangerous situation. So very happy about all of that.
Several important tips came in, including people who noticed someone driving erratically in a green Dodge Neon. One even got a partial license plate. From that, police and ATF agents came to this home on Indiana, and it was here that they recovered a gun from what was described as Whitaker's bedroom. Another key find, a bullet fired into this house in South Kansas City in October. Dwight Tolbert and his wife heard something fall in their bathroom and at first saw nothing.
So we came back and looked again, and my wife was the one that found the bullet. It was laying down by the stool.
The investigation shows Whitaker used to stay at the house behind the Tolberts. Police say putting all the pieces together is what got them to today. And the investigation isn't over yet. Authorities say more charges could be forthcoming. We're live along I-435. Peggy Bright, KMBC 9 News.
And authorities say they believe Muhammad Whitaker is the only person responsible for the highway shootings. 3 people were struck, none seriously hurt. You can read the court records of what led to Whitaker's arrest at our website, KMBC.com.
It was around 6 p.m. Thursday that officers made the arrest in Grandview in a neighborhood near 136th and Spring. It came after a week of surveillance. They recovered a gun during raids of homes connected to Whitaker. It's the very same caliber as the one used in many of the highway shootings. Police said last week they connected 12 shootings since early March that targeted vehicles on Kansas City area roads. Investigators had looked into more than 20 reported highway shootings before yesterday's arrest.